Being a professor, one of the great things that we come across is we always interact with young, smart, and very, very innovative people. Being on campus allows us and gives us that opportunity. In terms of interacting with students, there are a couple of instances that I remember, which I will take forever. Uh, One of my interaction with one of my undergraduate students was teaching a CAD class. So in this class was a more hands-on class in which I interact personally with all the students in the class. During the course of first 5 or 6 weeks of lecture, I will always find out one student who understands everything, uh, who always ask great questions, and that question is not to show that he understands things, but in order to sort of give an idea and give a broadening aspect to the knowledge that could be imparted to the whole class. So it will, that discussion will lead to more knowledge to the whole class itself. Those are very intelligent questions. After, and this is like a freshman student, right, and he's in the first year. After this interaction, I picked him up, which I generally don't do, as a undergrad researcher, even in the freshman class. And we worked for next 2 to 3 years, where he has published like 2 or 3 conference paper, and went on to do great things. So he's right now in Stanford graduate school, going to grad school. But one of the things that I learned from that interaction is it doesn't matter how old or young you are, right? As long as you have inquisitive mind, and as long as you have a right attitude, you're ready for research anytime, right? It doesn't have to be freshman, it doesn't have to be masters. It's just the attitude, it's just the ability of some students that amazes you, and that's one of the special interactions I had at undergraduate level. Currently, in my lab at a graduate level as a PhD student, I'm also blessed with lots of great PhD students. But one of the PhD students I'm really impressed with, and in order for us to understand the quality of student, I typically give an analogy that as a research, when you give PhD student a problem, it's like handing them a bowling ball, right? So there are different category of students. If you give them a bowling ball, some of them will tell you, "Oh, yeah, this is a bowling ball, probably I can roll it." Some of them will take that problem and say that, okay, this is a bowling ball, I can roll them, probably I can hit some pins off, right? Some of them will really get better, and the second, I can do a strike, I can do a triple strike. Those are all amazing students. They are different performance, but this student is not only has the ability to strike off. He says that you give me the bowling ball, I will create the bowling alley around it. Now, which I means, if you give me a starting research problem, I will develop it so far that we can create a whole ecosystem and we can develop a whole field around it. And that's another amazing aspect of the student, where you start with some problem which is not solved, and you start peeling the layers, and you try to develop a whole field around it. And that's another amazing aspect of interactions with graduate PhD students.